Hello and welcome to the Swift Talk. I'm Kate, the Swiftie.
And I'm wearing a different pair of shoes, not so Swift Sam.
We did just make fun. Well, I did not. Jason made fun of your shoes from last week.
Yeah, of course.
That's because I have to stare at them.
I get it. So do I.
My eyes are up here, Jason.
This hipster glasses.
And they look
said
clean.
my hips are glasses.
They
I was
look
like,
clean
why
this
do I
week.
Rough day to be Sam Bennett on the Swift Talk.
This is like a
Easy.
couple weeks
Every
in a
day on
row.
the Swift Talk.
A couple weeks in a row with the new shades.
Well, the other ones just broke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
Tell us
was
that part.
I was getting changed to come here, and I did a quick knocked the glasses off, and they just went on the ground very gingerly. Just like tink, right down the middle.
Wow.
Just snapped right in the half, and I was like, okay, maybe I should get new glasses.
You don't want to tape them up Urkel style?
I was going to say you could hipster tape them.
Now,
I can glue those back together.
Now, it's funny that you suggest that I should tape them together Urkel style, because did I do that?
Of course. Yeah.
Can
Did it not
I
work?
do that?
Oh, I guess.
But I did.
A light bulb moment for me.
Yeah. Duct tape. Works great.
Gorilla glue. We'll put them back together and like nothing happened.
Look, I don't know. I saw a video about somebody putting Gorilla Glue in their hair once, and I don't know if that's for me. You've never seen that video?
I don't need to see that video.
Someone thought it was hair gel.
Oh.
Ooh, it did not. That was a lot. That was like an SNL worthy moment a few years ago.
Ouch.
Yeah.
This may surprise you. The only SNL I see is on my beloved TikTok.
R.I.P.
I know, Jason thinks it might survive.
It might. You never know. There's been some rumors today.
Trump did say he has a soft spot in his heart for TikTok.
Yeah, because he uses it.
And he
Yeah.
has a soft spot for a well-known, very smarty pants type guy named Elon Musk.
Well, I think they realized when they were like, oh, they'll just go to Instagram and Facebook. And we were like, no, thank you. Not the same. Oh, it's very sad. But speaking of happier news, guess what came in the mail?
Our first live from Paris, Taylor
Wow,
Swift.
look at that. Heart-shaped vinyl.
Yeah, two of them.
Two of them, yeah.
Look at this. Different colors,
Mhm.
different sides, different tracks. 8 whole songs.
8 whole songs. Now, when are you going to listen to that on record player?
Oh, probably will never open that.
Mhm.
You do it for the aesthetics.
Oh.
I'm going to probably just start framing them like Jason does.
There you go.
You'll come in one day and it'll be all Taylor Swift albums.
Right now, it's all Taylor Swift albums.
Well, no, but like the whole wall.
The whole wall used to be other vinyl albums until Kate told me I had to take them down.
Yeah,
We
there used to
moved
be a whole
in.
computer here.
Yeah.
It was
I had to take down the David Bowie ones, Kiss,
Jimmy.
Jimi Hendrix.
You know, as Billboard says, Taylor is the #1 artist of the 20th century.
Well,
20th century?
Well, 21st century.
There
It's
we
made
go.
on the, this one is based on numbers, not thought
Facts.
leaders. Numbers are facts.
Hmm.
Numbers are facts. So anyway, the Lover from Paris CD or record, we have some theories.
okay. Run me through these theories. So this was recorded when she was doing the European leg.
No, this is pre-COVID.
This is pre-COVID.
Lover came out. She did like a Lover Live from Paris concert.
Mhm.
The only Lover concert that we got because COVID hit, so we missed Lover Fest.
Yeah, it was going to be Paris, New York, L.A.
Mm-mm. So Paris happened as a one-off like promotional concert.
Mhm.
And then Lover Fest was Boston, LA. And I had night 2 tickets to Boston. 2 shows, 2 cities.
So the in City of Lights, she's like, this is where we're going to do Lover.
Mm-hmm.
Recorded this and had not released them.
She had released it. It had a limited release before things were like super crazy, Taylor. This was just like normal crazy. Pre the cottagecore.
Post-COVID, pre-cottage.
No, pre-COVID, pre-cottage.
Okay.
Like,
Pre.
COVID, we hadn't even heard the word yet when
Okay.
this was happening. And then, here we go. So, like, she surprise dropped it, sold, I think, 200,000 of them in 45 minutes. And we're like, okay, so there's a couple theories with this. Is this a way for her? So she has charted, I think, 3 albums have hit #1 on the Billboard charts in a year for her. a couple times. Nobody's ever done it 4 times. So nobody's ever had 4 albums chart at one in a calendar year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, well, is this her way of getting Lover Live from Paris on the charts to help? Because then if she releases 1980 or Reputation Taylor's version and Debut Taylor's version, and then maybe like the Eras Tour Live Taylor's version, would that get that record for her? Or is this her way of testing out to see how a surprise drop sells?
So, with a lot of the speculation for most Swifties of being like, there's going to be a surprise drop, there's going to be a surprise drop, there's going to be a surprise drop, and there hasn't been one yet. There's been a lot of excitement, but there
Right.
hasn't been an actual in-practice purchasing.
Right.
Was there a lot of buzz going into...
No.
Okay.
So if you remember from
This
last
was
week,
full-on surprise.
Taylor Nation at like 10 a.m. posted a heart emoji, and we were like,
And
and
then,
then-
your buddy in the warehouse.
a couple hours, well, we're not there yet. A couple hours later, we got Lover Live from Paris. So now we've got that, which happened. We know that there are some sort of cardigans in the warehouse that we haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
And now Taylor Nation's asking us to share our Eras Tour footage because, Eras Tour's been over for a whole month now.
It's only been that long?
It's only been a month. The world's just so empty. So they're asking, we don't know. There's so much going on. I also think that, when Taylor first started doing Easter eggs, or really started to mess with us with the Easter eggs, it was a more manageable, smaller fandom. And now I think there's just so much. I feel like every time she plots something out, she's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me rethink this. I think it's getting a little too crazy. So she's like, wait, hold on.
Okay.
I think there's a formula. I think the pieces are shifting.
Okay. I think I just solved all of the conundrum of there's not a lot going on this year, or what she could do next, or TikTok. And hear me out. She buys TikTok. And then she calls it the Swift Talk. And then we get into a bidding war for the rights to the Swift Talk.
Jason, we should get that legally sewn
You call
up.
up. Do you know any attorneys?
Jason, can we get working on that before we end up losing our podcast name?
We wouldn't lose anything. They'd have to buy it.
There we go.
Well, here we are. Dare to dream that Taylor owns TikTok. But it would just be all Taylor all the time.
Well, hey, send me your footage. What better way? I bought us a platform.
Guys, I got you
I
a
bought us a
present.
zoo.
I
bought
got
us
you a
a zoo, everybody.
present.
Yeah.
So in Chinese, it's Chinese New Year's coming up at the end of the month. And it's the year of the snake. And Reputation is snake coded. So we were like, oh, I feel like that's going to have something to do with it. But I now actually don't think we're going to hear much from Taylor for a couple of weeks. Probably, I don't think we're going to get anything. I think with everything happening in California and all of the destruction, I think we're just going to see kind of everybody. Beyonce was supposed to make an announcement today. She's pushed that back. I don't know. Beyonce had some surprise announcement that was supposed to come out today. So if Beyonce's pushed that back, anything Taylor's planning, she's going to push back because they don't compete with each other. So I think we're probably just going to hang out for a little while. And to those of you who listen, watch, follow, stream, and are in Southern California and are affected, we send you so much love today.
Yeah.
We're so sorry for you. We're here.
It
Send us a
is-
GoFundMe.
It has been heartbreaking and also pretty immaculate watching the greater area of Los Angeles County come together with the restaurants that are stepping up to provide things like just bottled water to global franchise gyms stepping in and offering showers, and the amount of support that's really coming through. It's terrible what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to see the community come together as a larger whole. The idea that 43 states don't even have the population of that area that's being affected.
Yeah.
And it's even a smaller scale. This is every individual's home. This is every individual's family and memories and way of life. And the fact that that's quick as it is being taken away for a lot of people, it's exhausting to even comprehend people starting from zero.
Yeah.
So, very emotional time. You know, if you can, if you have time, if you can donate, if you can send in clothing, if you can send bottles, like do it. Find a way, find the avenue, and do it.
That's what we do as a culture. We help. And it's fellow Swifties, Heidi and Spencer Pratt. You may know them from Laguna Beach or from the hills. Spencer's had their house burnt down, and he's been documenting frenetically what is happening. And he's trying to make money through TikTok and Heidi's music, and he's really trying to rebuild. And you're just watching this happen to somebody in real time. Like their multi-million-dollar home in the Pacific Palisades is completely gone, just full on ash. And you see the human side of it. And if you aren't already, you should definitely follow them, because while all of this is so tragic, there's just they bring a certain sort of, I don't want to say lightness, but levity to the situation, where they're going through this. His parents' house that he grew up in burnt down. Their house burnt down. They've got kids. And he's like, we're just going to rebuild and we're going to figure it out. And he's streaming Heidi's music. And, you know, he's a Swiftie. He plays Look What You Made Me Do, drinking his espresso every morning. And so, like, to see, like, people coming out for Spencer, and he's bringing so much attention through TikTok to all these things that are happening. Like, you're seeing how this really affects people in a real life situation.
I mean, I don't want to, like, dive too much into this on a
Neither.
Taylor Swift talk, but, like, there's a lot of stuff like the parable of, like, what happened with Ticketmaster when you had massive influx of people and things shutting down, or even COVID when you had a bunch of ticket distributors that were trying to refund tickets and then couldn't refund those tickets, so then they buckled. Brown Paper Tickets, for example, was one of the companies that across the country and throughout the world was selling just, like, you know, mid-range tickets to events, and then when they had to start refunding, had to do bankruptcy. You're seeing right now with fire insurance companies that are canceling.
They canceled it before the fires. That's part of the problem. The Pratts, Spencer and Heidi, are suing the city of Los Angeles and the insurance companies. They had to step up. The powers that be had to step up and say, you can't do this.
Yeah.
So if this is you in your life, like, we would love to help. Send us a GoFundMe. We'll donate.
Yeah. Send us any way to spread the word of how to get things out there,
Yeah,
how to
like,
get things out.
Obviously, we support you. We are here for you. And we are so thrilled that you've been on this journey with us. So we're here.
There's clearly speculation in the air of, like, Taylor's involvement right now, but this is definitely one of those things where she'll in some
involved.
way, and probably not to be publicity.
Yeah, she'll do it in a normal, quiet way that she always does. And who knows? She may have already done it. Who knows what's going on there? We haven't seen her. She's been pretty quiet. So
yeah,
and she's got to be terrified. Her house is currently in the line of fire. Like, it hits. Doesn't matter how wealthy you are, how famous you are.
No.
It. On a lighter note, well, we haven't seen Taylor through all of this. Travis has been on some podcasts.
Yeah, how's good old Travie doing?
Well, he had a bye week, so he had some time.
Mm-hmm.
He went on the Pat McAfee show on Monday, and he was Pat brought up his girlfriend Taylor, and Pat's like, you know, my wife and I are fans. Like, we listen to the music, and, you know, all these dirt bags that she's had to write songs about, and now she's got a good guy. Like, do you think we'll see any music about a good guy? He's like, are there new love songs coming? And he goes, Travis says, there might be a few. I don't know. And then they asked, you know, if you heard any of the new music. And she goes, you know, I can't say any of that. I hear music everywhere. I'll never. And he goes, well, you're supportive. And he goes, do you, like, give ideas? Do you give feedback? And Travis goes, I never chime in, but you already know I'm here for support. And it's just so funny to watch him. Like, he obviously knows. And it's like when you're in on the secret and you're just like, I know something.
Just a purely romantic NDA. Just don't tell anybody about what.
He's just such a golden retriever. Like, he was just so excited. He's like, I've heard some songs.
The when she was in Europe, was he there when she was performing in England? Let's say, did he ever get out there?
Oh yeah.
Because I was trying to line this up. I keep hearing, what's his Love Actually? What's his face?
Hugh Grant
talking about bringing his kids at this concert and then just ripping tequila shots
With Travis.
and he's I think it's a bunch of rappers. I don't know everyone here, but just ripping shots, and he's like just very much like happy to tell the story of like, I got drunk at Taylor Swift, my kids had a blast, and
Hugh loved it. Hugh had a great time.
So I feel like Travis is a party. And the idea that his party is very much like, it's not like your party, my party. I'm bringing my party to your party to have your party.
Oh, yeah.
It's so the Labrador, the golden retriever type of energy of just being like, let's herd everyone together. And now everyone's like, isn't this great? Right? He's Flava Flav for football. He's Flava Flav for Taylor.
He is.
He's a good boy instead of a
He's a
yeah
good boy.
boy. He's a good boy.
He's a Taylor hype man.
Yeah. He is. I think Flavor Flav would
Flava Flav should buy TikTok.
Thrilled. Flavor Flav would be thrilled by that.
Flava Flav
Should buy TikTok.
donate to LA County, and then the remaining money give it to Flava Flav so he can buy TikTok, so he can have the whole app right here on his chain.
It really would be off the chain. I missed the first joke, but I come in strong at the end. Well, speaking of Travis, we have a Travis coded song to listen to today.
Travis coded.
Potentially, hypothetically, theoretically, it could be about Travis, potentially.
Now,
We'll see if you can find the clues.
Is it like an audible?
No, this is the Alchemy.
It was a Hail Mary.
You know, every other joke today.
It's all right. I'm on special teams. I get it. It's all good.
Well, you know, sometimes you just have to punt it. So we're going to hit pause. You hit pause. We're listening to the Alchemy off the Tortured Poets Department. We'll be right back. Well, Sam, did the chemicals hit you like a white wine?
Look,
First of all,
both of your feet yours is just tapping away on the drum line, and you're just like that. If the dog motif, your tail is wagging. You're doing this. You're having the time of your life.
I love
in this
this song.
You're getting into it, like both of you two. You two.
She got me. You know, these chemicals hit me like a white wine. Could you pick a more perfect opening line for a song for me?
Yes, because it's not even the opening line. It's the follow-up to, this happens only every few lifetimes.
Yeah. You know.
Okay. This is the most operatic description of a Buffalo Wild Wings that I've ever heard. The beer on the floor, and you're lifting people up and you're cheering, and it's like the super
It's not her fault.
slow.
She's stuck in Kansas City.
So let's talk about that. She's turned touchdown like the plane is touching down, going back to Kansas City, a place where she's been but hasn't spent a lot of time. But now she's found a reason to spend more time there.
Circled it on the map.
Circled on the maps. She got out of the hospital and circled on the map. So what was the hospital?
Oh.
The brain damage? The brain damage from the Brit boys?
The blokes on the bench.
Well, okay, so the hospital.
Well, I think it's very like
Recovering?
tortured poets. Yeah. I
She
think
visits hospitals when she goes there.
she does.
She visits hospitals, the kids in the hospitals.
Yes, but before
But this says the hospital was a
her getting out
drag.
of the hospital.
Worst sleep I ever had is the lyric that we're talking about.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't hear any lyrics. I just
No, it's all right.
We
I don't.
know.
I hear them. I just don't listen.
We know.
I'm more of a Jack Antonoff fan. Just
This
listening
was
to
a
that.
Jack Antonoff
I know.
song.
I'm only listening to that. I'm listening to what he made. That's it. I don't hear the lyrics. I don't know. Just
What
your
if I
producer.
told you I'm back? The hospital was a drag. Worst sleep I ever had.
Oh, I don't. We know she went through it. The Maddie Healy thing broke her. We know. Well, I mean, we know. They try. From down bad to I can do it with a broken heart, like loss of my life. Like she was not in a good mental place.
All right.
Back-to-back breakups in 6 months. Like, whew.
Let's tie the Matt Healy into this, because we start playing the song. You guys are lightly talking, and the star of this is very Lana Del Rey. It's very ethereal, airy, and I just do like. And then there's the heroin lyric, only this time with an E.
Yeah.
Which is either the double entendre if she's doubling out of being like, instead of this being a downer drug, this is an upper drug. And it's also heroin with an E, the female protagonist. The female protagonist is Taylor Swift. The heroin with an E
very
this time.
crunky.
But it's that idea of it being like she is now seeing herself as being celebrated as a heroine, as opposed to this is like heroin where you just want to sink into the tub and you got nothing going on. Like it's that down bad of.
Well, I think the addiction to Maddie Healy is really, and there's been some chatter about his extracurricular activities, and this could be in reference to that. But I think it's more like she's been in this like really toxic, terrible for you situation, and it was like a drug. Like she couldn't get out. She was addicted. Like she had to try. It was just so much bigger than she was. She couldn't find her way out of it.
Sure. Ditch the clowns.
I found it a whole different way.
What did you think?
Well, I think the line before that had something to do with winning. Like we're winning now or on a winning streak or something. And to
These
me, I
blokes
was...
warm the benches. We've been on a winning streak. He jokes that it's heroin, but this time with an E.
Right, so I was thinking that he was, meaning Travis was telling Taylor that we're on a streak or I'm on a streak because of you.
I would agree with that. I think what she's doing the juxtaposition of like this time when you tell me I'm a heroin. It's not that I'm a drug that you're addicted to. It's you're the hero of my story.
Sure.
And so I think what this is it's contrasting this where she came from, the dark, with the light of where you are with Travis. Because, the alchemy has a bunch of metals that they melt down and turn into gold. So it's very much like all of these past traumas, all these past experiences have melted into this to make you who you are, to land you where you need to be with.
Yeah. Well, it's also, it fully encompasses both of those two together. They're each the cheerleader who's being cheered on by the person they're cheering for. Give me an E. It's literally Travis is at the football games being like, yeah, because she's been up there clapping the entire time. She's at the concert going, yeah, because he's been clapping the whole time.
Yeah.
Like it's two snakes eating their tails.
So reputation coded.
Look, you're talking about codes, and I mean, this is either, I don't know if it's Braille and I'm just not feeling it, or if it's binary and I got to work on my zeros and ones, but it's, it's very much the sports code. It's very much the them code, but it's also the digs to Healy.
And even a little Joe always.
Sure, but it's also just like, it's a shallow dig. It's not even worth picking up the shovel anymore because she's already climbing the mountaintop.
Yeah. She's like, oh, that guy. Yeah, that was a choice.
She's had enough concussions from these idiots that she's rather be with the professional guy who wears the helmet. Yeah, it makes more sense. But these blokes warmed the benches. She's dated several guys
From England.
And
Two back to back.
Blokes in consideration, just a bunch of dumb guys. Blokes.
Yeah.
Blokes. A bunch of blokes with the guys.
Just such a way for her to be like, oh yeah, these blokes swarming the bench.
It's not the same as it was.
Cut him from the team. I cut him from the team already.
Okay. Baby, I'm the one to beat. Because the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? The still reserved for me is an interesting dual dig and uplift, because if you look at it like it's Matt Healy,
yeah,
the guy who was like, oh, I feel like there's something and the timing wasn't right, and then they got together, I'm still thinking about you, I still care about you, still in my heart, versus the guy that every day is like, hey, it's been a minute since I saw you, but I'm still in this relationship, I still want to be here. Yeah, it's still reserved, this seat's taken. Taylor's taken. Yeah, it's the reservation of it being also Kansas City Chiefs reservation.
Yeah.
Just saying, if you, it's
let's
easy.
not get ourselves canceled. Jason just made a mind blown.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. Yeah.
I think that it's interesting to see the juxtaposition of how, like, even with Joe, it feels like in a lot of Taylor's relationships, she's the one that's like, I love you, but do you love me? Do you? Maybe? And now she's with Travis, who's like, do I love you? Do you need it? I can write it out. I can sing it. I can try to do sign language. Like, he's like, how do you need to hear it every day? How many times? How many times can I say it before I'm annoying? Like, you're seeing her, like, get back what she puts in.
Sure. It's thrilling to see relationships that refuel themselves. It's a perpetual motion machine. And that's the craziness, is because if you're looking at it as Taylor being the erratic one, full of all that energy, just trying to give it to you and hoping to get a little bit back, and that's going to be enough. Mm-hmm. That'll be enough to keep her going. And then you have something like this where, like, in his own way, he is that ball of energy.
Yeah, that golden retriever shows up every day, tail wagging.
And I feel like you had made the comment. I'm going to make the comment now. I'm taking this because I agree with it. This song felt like it should have blown up more at the end. It should have blasted through. It should have torn the roofs off, which we have heard in other Taylor songs, and what we have heard in other Taylor love songs. The fact that this lines up with this is how she does things now, this is how the album's working. Well, it's also the idea of it being like, if this is how she's working now, she doesn't need to tear the roofs off to be like, we know what we're saying.
But Jason had the same comment on last week's, and that was a Red song.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes Taylor likes to leave it feeling a little unfinished. The stories, especially a love song, I think she finds it, you find with her love songs that there's no dramatic end. I think stylistically she likes to leave them as an open, like, what's going to happen.
Yep. Today ends, yesterday begins, the rest is still unwritten.
Oh, yeah. Natasha.
Yeah.
She fades to black. Like, she fades out in the songs where to me, it sounds like she's quietly building up, and then you just want it to explode back into a chorus, and she doesn't do that. And that, to me, as a music lover, that bothers me.
I find it a fuel to just keep re-listening to it, because you're like, oh, I'll just do that again.
Yeah, but as someone that loves music, I don't want to re-listen to it because it disappointed me.
I think this song is great.
We're not the target, though. All right, look at it this way. This is a great parallel right here. Music lover, Taylor lover.
Well, also a music lover.
No. I'm not going to discount you, but I'm just going to say, as somebody
frustrated that people are like, oh, she only listens to Taylor.
She only listens to Taylor and the Grateful Dead and deep cuts of Bon Jovi and Broadway and the opera.
I'm not a Broadway girl. I don't really do Broadway.
If you're looking at it as if you're boiling it down to like a Taylor lover versus a non-Taylor lover, the Taylor lover hears that and says, I got to hear it again. The person who's not the Taylor lover hears it as like, I wish there was more of this song. I don't want to hear it again now because I want there to be more.
Yeah. I can see where you're coming from with this. I definitely can see the end really does kind of just fizzle.
Kind of like the other relationships.
Well, she's not getting too far ahead of herself. That's how you get in trouble.
Sure. It's, I mean, Antonoff, yeah. Okay. Right? Antonoff?
It's an Antonoff song, yeah.
It's electro-orchestral, the solo drum beat leading in, and there's the rise in it. It's very much that diagram of like...
She likes a bell curve.
Sure. And it's not... The lyrics aren't freaking terrible. There's nothing about this that's like blah.
Good news.
There's
lyrics,
no I's.
Not freaking terrible.
And the idea of it being like... It's not a defeatist song, but it's like just such a strong accept that this works. Accept this.
This is the happy song on the album.
This is the happy song
of the standard issue. This is the happy song.
Oh God. It's goofy enough if you're like, it's really tied to a football player and you're like, yeah, I see that. It's goofy enough if you're like, this is the happy song. Yep, okay. It's
I have no basis for this theory of mine, but I fully believe that Taylor and Travis had a bet about something where Taylor had to put in a bunch of football metaphors into a song and put it on her album. I feel like this is a Taylor lost a bet and she had to figure out ways to put football in there. And this
Okay.
is what she came up with. And I think this is a great song, but it feels a bit to me like,
all right. So
because
let's
there's
say-
I can't ever see her. It just feels a little bit
all right.
out of the box.
She would have never written this song if she didn't meet this guy.
No, but like, thank God she met this guy. I can't imagine what the next album will look like. But if it's more of this, sign me up.
You know, people are jumping genres every single day.
I know
I
she
mean,
does.
Ringo Starr just put out a country album.
I
Yep.
saw that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh,
haven't
not
listened to it
another
yet.
one? Are you kidding me? Like, it's just strange. Like, people think they can just jump into different genres.
Taylor has.
Yeah, well, it's a different story, I
We've
think.
done country, we've done pop country, we've done rock country, we've done pop, we've done cottagecore.
She needs to go into, like, hard rock or metal. Like, she needs to
would be
team
fun.
up with somebody and go nuts.
That's
on
what
an
we
album.
thought the missing album was. So maybe it's in the vault somewhere.
She needs to do a metal or a real hard rock album.
She's done. I'll find it and send it to you guys. But she's done some hard rock covers of some of her songs, like a little bit more guitar-y, a little bit less poppy. She's got it in her.
Great.
I sent you guys a TikTok. Nobody watched it.
I don't have TikTok and I can't open it up. I was going to tell you that. I don't have the ability to open it up on my phone.
And I
At all.
honestly, I don't know if I can open myself up to having something be taken away. The moment I start using TikTok, it's going to be
Roll the dice.
each and every week. We watch the clock tick down as we take on this dice roll, which we thank Jen.
Jen.
Thank Jen. Hey, Jen, if you're out there, who are you? We thank Jillian Petruziello and her fellow.
Hey, Jelly.
For the die, we're going to roll for an album, roll for a song. Reputation's the only album we don't have available because we've gone through it all. And
We've
in this
gone through it
house,
all. And in this house, we do what?
listen to Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift's versions.
Yes.
We're going to roll for the album, and we need a number that is an album. Number 5.
Which one is that?
Post Red 89.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. All right. 14.
Wonderland.
John Mayer. John Mayer coded. John Mayer coded. Is it John Mayer coded?
I don't think so, but maybe.
Bye.
She found Wonderland
She
in
found-
this song.
Okay, so this is her being Alice, huh?
I think it's Alice in Wonderland coded.
One pill makes. Yeah, okay. We'll see.
Do you think you'd be the Cheshire Cat
Ooh.
or the White Rabbit?
If you have an idea of what character I would be in Wonderland, let us know. Get in the comments.
I would be Alice. All right. Well, thanks so much for listening. If you haven't already, like, follow, subscribe, rate, review, be like Thelma, and watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, watch us on have a tea party. Watch us on YouTube. Hit us up on the messages. Let us know what you're thinking about. Let us know if you have an insight on how to donate to LA County right now. What's going on? Let us know if you got any ideas what you think is going to happen for the year 25 when it comes to Taylor.
We love when you guys message us.
Yeah, just hit us up with anything. Share the love and support for everybody around you, but also share the love and support for this podcast. We always appreciate it.
Yeah, tell all of your friends.
Yeah. Tell.
Market time.
Yeah. Get in there.
Thanks again for listening, guys. I'm Kate the Swiftie.
And I'm a hookah smoking caterpillar. No, I'm not. I'm not so Swift Sam. Wasn't the hookah smoking caterpillar? Or was that just a dream that I had?
Wow, something to look forward to for next week. We'll be back with Wonderland off 1989, Taylor's version,
Taylor's version.
next week. Thanks again.
I'm late for a really important date. I gotta go.